2020 romantic drama. Felt so heartwarming and deep. It's a movie about two childhood friends, Nora and Haesung, who had feelings for each other. So they met 24 years later, and the feelings were still there, but they couldn't explore it because they've had different life experiences, different perspectives and ideologies about life. I enjoyed myself watching this movie. I love how both characters, you can tell that they still had that feeling, but it was just a case of if we try to explore this, so to buy if we get later, we have so many different ideologies. For Haesung, he was an idealist, while for Nora, she was more of a risk-taker, a go-getter. She had explored a lot of that. She was quite exposed and she was open-minded. Unlike for Haesung, he was quite a reserved personality and was very idealistic. So it was a thing of if we try, so to buy if we get later, we hate that. So there was no need for them trying it. Even aside from Nora being married, but there wasn't even like a way for them to express. And that scene when Nora was crying after she had told him should I say the last goodbye, and she was crying, I could totally relate and I understood. I would say for this movie there were some times in this movie that there were certain silence in this movie, and I really understood the essence of that. Just made us feel the movie, made the movie sink deep into us. I love the plot and idea for this movie because we don't get to see movies like this where you see your childhood friend, they come together, they have this feeling someone is married and the husband is there to even take them to a restaurant, and it was there they were having that conversation. It's quite, I love the use of the Korean native language. Seeing this movie where Nora and Haesung were having a conversation and she was translating to her husband, also love the fact that they used it, and there was no time Haesung tried, even when they tried to speak English, it was obvious that he understood it, was still down with his native language. I love how they have to sink in Skype into this movie. Those scenes where they were having video calls through Skype just give me a nostalgia, remembering those times when Skype was the only method of video calls. So guys, the tempo of this movie could feel less exciting sometimes while watching it, but this movie is a really nice movie. I really enjoyed myself watching this movie. And Otto's character was played by Magaro, and I really enjoyed how he portrayed this role. There was a scene in this movie where he was telling his wife that so you don't love me, you prefer him, because for Nora, she always emphasized on his son being manly, being in charge. But why for Otto was quite the opposite of it, because it was quite, should I say, more modern, and it wasn't this whole, he's like quite open-minded, and once you do your thing, it's not really having to take charge in that situation. So the both personalities was different. But I really enjoyed how we handled this character. When he initially saw his song and the way he looked at him, when they were conversing, like there was no form of him trying to feel jealous or was just quite an understanding husband. So guys, I really enjoyed how this movie took show. I love how they showed us from the start of they being kids down to when she went to the US, and all of a sudden now they are all adult. And guys, I totally recommend you to see Past Life if you haven't seen it. And guys, I'm going to rate this one a 7. Let me know if you've seen Past Life and let me know what you think about it. And also please like my video, guys, comment on my video, share my video. Let me know what you feel, and please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel.